A well-known adage says, "A picture is worth 1,000 words," and that is why we created the Chart Builder in Legal Suite Online. Charts can be useful to highlight trends, patterns, relationships, comparisons, or contrasts that might be difficult to see or explain using a report. Let's see how easy it is to create a simple chart. To create a chart, click on the Chart Builder icon. Then click on the New Chart button. We are going to create a chart showing our top 20 income earners, so we give it an appropriate title and description. From the Table drop-down, we select the Parties table, which indicates that we want to draw the data from our address book. We can assign the chart to a specific category. Categories are simply used to identify and filter charts, which is useful if you have a lot of them. You must save the chart at this point, so we can edit some of its properties. Let's look at the columns used in this chart. As you can see, there are already 2 columns defined. These columns were added automatically for you when the party table was chosen to give you a starting point to create a chart. Let's use these columns for now, but in the advanced video, which I recommend you watch, I will show you how to add your own columns. The party column will be the x-axis of the chart, and the income year-to-date will form the y-axis. Before I continue, please don't forget to click on the blue question marks. They often contain useful information about the section you are looking at and explain some of the concepts in more detail. Click on the Edit button to have a look at the Party column. A column has a name, which is the actual column name in the SQL table, a heading, which in this case will be the title of the x-axis, and the contents, which is the data that will be displayed in the chart. Let's look at the other column. The Income Year-to-Date column will display the party's income for the year, and you will notice that this column is sorted in descending order, so that the parties will be sorted by those with the highest income to the lowest. Let's click on the Chart Data tab to see what our data looks like. It looks pretty good. The x-axis has the party's name, and the y-axis has the income sorted from highest to lowest. The only problem is, we are retrieving 1,130 parties, and we only want the top 20. To do this, we need to modify the SQL script used by the chart. Let's click on the SQL Script tab. For those of you who are not familiar with SQL, the SQL script may look intimidating, but it is actually quite simple if you break it down into its parts. Firstly, you can ignore all these join statements. They are there in case you choose a column from another table, so let's blur them out. The select statement is fairly straightforward. It instructs SQL to retrieve the name and income from the party table in our database. You will recognize that we defined these in the Columns tab. The SQL statement is constructed from the options we choose in the other screens, so whatever you see here is as a result of our choices in these screens. This is the Where statement. We have not looked at the Where tab yet, but in there we have a clause that instructs SQL to only retrieve the parties who are clients on our system. This is inserted by default whenever you create a new chart, just to help you get started. But it is useful in our case, so we will leave it in. Finally, we have the Order By statement. This tells SQL to order the data by the income column in descending order. You will remember that we specified this when we edited the Income Year-to-Date column. So, This is the complete SQL statement used by the chart to retrieve the data. To change the script to only return the top 20 rows, we have to somehow insert this wording into the script. When you add the words top 20 after the select statement, it instructs SQL to only return the first 20 rows. Since we cannot modify the SQL script itself, I will show you a clever way to achieve this. Let's go to the Columns tab and edit the party column. When creating the SQL script, the program inserts this as the first column after the select statement. Knowing this, we can simply add the words top 20 before the column name, and this should then appear in the SQL script like we want. Let's check it out. Let's save the column and have a look at the SQL script. As expected, the program took the first column and added its contents after the select statement. This should now only select the first 20 rows. Let's look at our chart data. Yep, it looks like it is working. Only 20 rows are being retrieved. Our chart should now be ready to be generated. To generate the chart, click on the Details tab and then click on the Generate Chart button. The chart looks great. It is also fully interactive, so if you hover over a data point, it will highlight the underlying data for you. You can save the chart as a PDF. You can also download it as an image. And you can print it out as well. Let's see what it looks like as a line chart. That is probably not appropriate for this type of data. Let's see what it looks like as a pie chart. That looks better. Let's see what it looks like as a donut chart. That looks quite nice, and it shows the percentages which could be useful. As you have seen, creating a chart can be quite easy, but before I go, I want to show you one more exciting feature. Every chart you create gets assigned a unique URL. This allows you to share the chart with others or generate it yourself by simply loading the URL in your browser. Click on this button to copy the URL to your clipboard. When you load this URL, you will be required to log in. Once you are logged in, you can generate the chart in your browser. The important points to note are that not only can you share this URL with others so they can also access the chart, but the chart will always display the latest data because, as you generate the chart, it retrieves the data from your database in real time. This is a very powerful and useful feature. In this tutorial, I have just covered some of the basic concepts, but I encourage you to watch the advanced video where we look at some more advanced techniques which we can use to create some stunning charts. Thanks for watching.